Hi, hello, it's Nikki and welcome to my messy bookshelf. Today I am just here for a weekly reading recap. I am participating in Nonfiction November and I think I started off with too many options because you'll see what I mean in a second. I have read a lot of pages. I have dipped into several books, and so I have not accomplished as much as I wanted to because I am spreading myself too thin. So the only book that I have actually completed this week has nothing to do with Nonfiction November, and that is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which my daughter and I read this week. So I read this to her and we thoroughly enjoyed it, and she really enjoyed the movie that we watched today. However, going back to Nonfiction November, I started the month with The Witch of Pungo, which is about a witch trial that happened in Virginia and the woman who was tried as a witch and survived. So this one was great for this time of year. However, I dipped into other things. So like I was saying, I started the month off with The Witch of Pungo, which was a book about a woman who was tried as a witch here in Virginia and survived the witch trial. So I thought it was perfect for this time of year, and I rolled it over from October to this month. However, I have not made very much progress. Not that the topic is not interesting, because obviously that is why I bought the book. However, it is a little bit drier with the writing. The writing isn't very engaging, but the topic is enough to keep me reading here and there. However, because I think my nonfiction shelf has the most unread books on it, I got a little excited with Nonfiction November and thought that I would just start reading a whole bunch of things that are on my shelves because, as I said, the most unread books reside on my nonfiction shelf. So the next thing was actually a newer one, so some of my older ones are suffering, but I have also been reading Salt, and this one is very fascinating. It is about the history of salt, the salt trade, what civilization used salt for, and how it has helped civilization develop. So very fascinating, and there are a ton of fun facts in here, a ton of very interesting little nuggets of information. However, I will say that this one also has some pretty dry writing. Not that it's boring, because I have made it much further in this book than I did in The Witch of Pungo, but, after I read this little interesting nugget here and there, we'll have several pages of just years and dates and not very much going on. But I am enjoying it. I am within 100 pages of the end, so I am going to finish this one this month. The other one that I started reading was Over the Edge of the World, and this is by Lawrence Bergreen. And this is about the first circumnavigation of the globe, which was conducted by Ferdinand Magellan. So it already has pulled me in, and the writing is very fast-paced and engaging, so it reads almost like a thriller, and it's very interesting. So while I think that I have spread myself too thin, I think I am going to take some of the pressure off of myself, and I am going to put down The Witch of Pungo until I am in the mood for it, maybe even until next Halloween season. And I am going to finish Salt, because I am almost finished with Salt. And I am going to read Over the Edge of the World. So those are my plans right now. Obviously, I have a lot of other things in my pile of possibilities. But while I was going through some more of my nonfiction books, I also realized that Kat over at Curious Cat was doing an event for Booktube called Neurovember, Neurovember, which is about reading things that relate to people who are neurodivergent or mental health issues and things like that. So I thought that that would be a great way to get some of these books off of my shelf as well and help myself. as well as also being nonfiction. So I am so sorry I didn't mention this event before, but I do have one that I would really like to get to, and that is the Introvert Advantage, to help my little introvert brain and my anxious mind in dealing with all the people that like to talk a lot and get in my personal space and make me want to crawl into a little cubby hole with a blanket and run away. So, but that is what I have been doing. Those are my plans, and yes, hopefully next week will be a little bit better, but I thank you so much if you've made it to the end of this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.